I'd like to make a motion that the Elder County Republicans draft a possible resolution to direct the state Republican Party to field one candidate for any statewide election for the primary race.
The state Republican Party doesn't have the ability to make that determination.
And I'm thinking it's against bylaws and maybe against
Well,
state
I made a motion,
It's
so we have a discussion.
law.
against state law.
It's against state law for the Republican.
Yes.
So, what I'm asking is, because of the recent past with multiple candidates taking a page out of somebody else's playbook and only trying to run one candidate in the primary, where all of our money goes to support that one candidate instead of supporting 3 or 4 different candidates, we have a better chance of winning in the November election than we do having a fight over a primary.
Okay, let's pretend. Everybody ready to pretend?
Wait, Chip, if you could restate your motion, just so I got it correctly, that the
Elder County draft some type of resolution to give to the state Republican Party to encourage them to run a single candidate in any primary, statewide primary for election. And I understand that, you know, it might be against bylaws and it might be out of bounds and it might be crazy and whatever, but if we all put all of our money into Tom Tancredo, we put money into Greg Brophy, we put money into Scott Gessler, and cumulatively we spend a couple $1 million to fight in a primary, then that couple $1 million is gone to fight in the general election, and we're going to be fighting against millions of dollars from Bloomberg and others to field these candidates, and we're going to run out of money.
All right, I'll second your motion for the sake of discussion.
Thank
But if you only have a single primary candidate, doesn't that obviate the primary election?
Yes.
You don't even have an election then.
Right. Sounds good to me.
All right, let's pretend for a minute because I think this will be fun. Everyone, let's make Chip. He's now the state party chairman.
I object.
I'm sure Frank does.
We're just pretending. We're just pretending. And you have the power to do what you just said.
Yes.
Who's your candidate?
You have to go. No, I have a solution. You go through every one of the chair of the counties, and you have, just like we do when we do an assembly, and you do that assembly very early, and you get it done, and you find out who the Republican committees of the state want to run in a primary election.
Okay, while we're pretending, we just did that. 63 county chairmen showed up.
Yep.
Out of 65.
Yep.
And it's 21, 21, 21.
Fantastic.
Now what?
State chair gets to break that tie.
So you're going to give the whole power to pick your next governor to one man.
Yes,
And
because
two-thirds
that would never happen.
2/3 of your Republican. Now, I'm guessing that these numbers are pretty close with these three guys right now.
I don't think so. I mean, okay, so
But you're going to make 60 to 70, 60 to 66% of your Republicans angry that their guy
and those
didn't get a fair
66%
shot.
and those 66% will cast a vote for Hickenlooper, or will they just
If they stay home, it's the same thing.
or will they just plug their nose and vote for the Republican like we have in the past?
3 to 4 million Republicans didn't vote in the last presidential race.
That's right.
That's because of the candidate that the party chose.
That's right.
So, yeah,
No,
not only that, look
that was because of a bloody primary draft.
at, no, because they, well, it's like, look at what Tancredo was
But
talking
so
about
what I'm
earlier.
saying is, there's got to be a better way for Republicans to not have to spend money to go through a primary election and to save that money to fight in a general election.
But that's how we find out.
Because the Democrats are going to run one candidate every single time and let us just fight it out, and then they're going to go, oh, look, candidate A said both way bombs. Isn't that cute? We're going to use that. And then we're going to have a bloodbath.
Hey, Chip, what you're talking
We
about
have-
may be true, but I think, unfortunately, you're overlooking what part of our party believes in, and that's that we self-determine who we want to represent us.
And the heart of the party believes in self-destruction.
Well, I mean, I don't think you throw out.
I'm not sure it's a belief, it may be a result, but
So, just because we had one evolution of an election cycle go bad, because our candidate self-destructed, you know, in their campaigning, it's easy to throw out this whole equation. Because I think ultimately what it does is it gives more people an opportunity to get involved in the political process and let their voices be heard and let them bring forward the best candidate possible. I still think our system is sound, and I don't think we should throw it away just because we had a bad cycle because our candidate self-destructed.
Bad cycle.
Mr. Spence?
Well, my opinion is that the primary is there for a purpose for the people to choose their candidate, did not have the party choose their candidate. So you would be taking away the power of the people. And whether we like it or not, the primary process also helps to vet candidates. I mean, I wish, you may not like the press, or you may not like what other candidates do, but obviously it vets candidates to attributes that are either positive or negative that you don't like. And in particular, I think of Dan Mays last time that Scott McGinnis unfortunately both took a dive. But
And Scott McGinnis's whole thing was trumped up and was really a non-story. But they uncovered it, dug it up, and that screwed up the whole entire election. And I know that this is a pipe dream, but it's worthy to talk about having all of our money going into one candidate to fight the Democrats instead of all of our money going into 3 or 4 candidates, using up all of our money, and then going into the general election with empty coffers and having to try to fill them up again. Because right now, any of the Democrats are going to put all their money into one coffer, and they're going to rock and roll, and they're going to do it. And we're going to put it in 4 different coffers, and the Republican parties are going to be broke when it comes into the general election.
Anyone speaking against the motion?
Everybody.
I speak against the motion. That it's not. It's you're taking away the people's ability to choose a candidate in the Republican Party, and you're letting party chairman or party executives decide who you're going to run, and that's contrary, in my opinion, to the democratic process and a free republic. You might as well have the Nazi Party deciding who's going to be running.
It basically neuters the grassroots idea of politics. And no argument that he's got the right
Question's
idea,
been called.
but I don't think we
All in favor of the motion on the floor, please say aye. All opposed? Motion fails.